Hey, good evening, everyone. First and foremost, thank you guys for joining our Global Markets monthly webinar. Just to give a short introduction, my name is Jonah, and I'm a senior dealer for mainly managing the US and Canada markets. If you ever happen to call us at night, probably I will also be the one that will be answering your call. So for today, I'll be simply be sharing you guys with some exciting news as well as some valuable information. So please stick with me all the way to the end so that you guys don't miss out anything, all right? Okay, so for tonight, basically I'll be sharing you guys about the upcoming US presidential election. So it will happen, it's gonna happen this year. And then amidst this election, what are some of the, I'll also be sharing what are some of the sectors that will have a positive impact during this amidst these elections, as well as how you can actually take advantage of this election volatility so that you can potentially, have a positive impact for your investment portfolio. And of course, I will also end the entire webinar with the question and answer. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type it down under the Q&A section, and then end of the webinar, I will answer them accordingly. All right. So benefit of the doubt for those, sorry. So for those who doesn't know, actually the US president election will happen this year. It will occur on the 5th of November, where they will choose the next president. US will basically choose the next president. Okay, and for the candidates, these are the five main potential candidates that will be running US. But as you can see, I will focus on the two gentlemen over there that has been more enlarged. There will be Joe Biden, which is the current president of the United States, as well as Donald Trump, former president of the United States. So I'll be focusing on these two gentlemen here. And in the event, if any of them were to be selected, what are some of the sectors, or maybe from now until the actual election, because market is always forward-looking. So main majority of the institution or professional retail investors, they will probably have already invest some of the sectors that may have a potential upside during this period before they are even selected, right? So in the event, if you are a Joe Biden supporter or any investors, they are Joe Biden's supporters, you can see positive impact in these sectors, mainly the energy and defense. This is because, as you guys already know, if you guys have not known, actually Ukraine and Russia are having war for a period of time already, and just recently, Israel are also having war with the Hamas, right? So Biden, one of the campaign, Biden actually mentioned that he wishes to actually support Israel and Ukraine so that the war can end quickly. So you will see energy and defense sector having a potential upside. The next one would be clean energy. Now, since the start of when Joe Biden got selected to be the president of US, he has constantly mentioned that he wished to combat global warming. So he supports clean energy, things like your solar panel, your windmill, your electric vehicles. He provide a lot of supports to these kind of companies, and he wish to have basically to fight global warming. So he's supportive of clean energy. So you could also see certain companies within this sector that will have a potential upside, right? So if you are a Donald Trump supporter, then sectors like energy, technology, and agricultures will have a potential upside. Is because one of the campaign mentioned by Donald Trump is that he wants to ban Chinese companies that is related to these sectors if he is selected. Now, he by doing so, this means that locally within US, there's lesser competitors. That's one. And with lesser competitors means more revenues are being generated within the local companies, right? Of course, there is also a 4-year plan to actually phase out Chinese imports, and so related to electronics, steels, and pharmaceutical. And then lastly, he also aimed to have the lowest cost energy and electricity for US. Now, that being said, the oil will most likely decrease in price, okay, given that that's the aim. So you may see oil decrease in price, but any companies that is producing electricities, right, they will potentially have an upside because their expenses, since they have to purchase oil and fuel to actually create that electricity, their cost will be reduced substantially and resulting a higher profit margin. So companies that actually deals with the electricity operating of electricity will have a potential upside. So to sum it up, here are some companies. Not saying that you guys should invest in them. I'm just providing examples of companies in the relating sectors. So if you are a supporter of Biden, then here are some companies that you might want to explore in the defense and clean energy. And then for Trump supporter, you may want to look into the energy and technology sectors that is stated here. Now, then, of course, amidst these US elections that have yet to occur, there will be bound to have a lot of uncertainties. Now, and when there's a lot of uncertainties, right, there will also be this group of investors where they would rather not invest in stock, they would rather invest in something more relating to safe haven currency like gold. So gold-related companies or gold-related counters are something that you might want to look into amidst this US election. So, but ultimately, even though I'm sure some of you may face a lot of situation, you want to invest, you update yourself with news, you want to invest, but you face this challenge where the stock price is too expensive. Actually, instead the counters that I've just shown you just now, majority of them are at least above 100 plus 200 US dollar, and you only end of the month you only have $100. I can't even afford one share of those counters. And the next challenge is, Jonah, I only have this amount of money. I don't want to put all my eggs into one basket. I wish to diversify my portfolio. If I were to buy one share of 10 different counters, that would cost me like 1 to 2,000 US dollar, which is close to nearly maybe 50 to 80% of my monthly income. If you face this challenge, right, this is where I'm going to share with you guys this exciting news is that actually OEMs actually launch a product that will solve this problem. And that product will be dollar-based investing fractional shares, right? And to put simply, it means fractional share basically means we are able to invest less than a share. For example, 0.057 shares or $10 US dollar, right? You can invest as low as $1 USD, but here is just to illustrate what's going to happen if you were to place orders with in coins platform. Here is how it will look like. You can actually place less than a share of Apple, or in dollar amount, right, to buy $10 worth at the market, right? That's how fractional share dollar-based investing does, right? It's affordable. Then the next thing is diversify with lesser capital, right? Okay, that will solve the second problem. You realize here I input $10, $10. This in USD, by the way, in market, so you can able to buy five or even 10 different counters, dependent on how much capital you have, right? Like in traditional investing, usually the stock price will determine how much we can invest. But with fractional shares, you no longer need to be controlled by the stock price. Instead, you control how much you wish to buy based on how much capital you have. So that's the second problem. That's the second good thing about fractional shares, dollar-based investing, right? Another benefit that actually fractional shares and dollar-based investment have is that it makes dollar cost averaging easier. Now here is an illustration of if you were to buy the ETF SPY, which actually mimic the S&P 500. Okay, if you were to invest $100 USD a month for the last 10 years, your total amount invested will be 12,000 USD. Okay, estimated share accumulated with 40 over shares, and of course, as of last Friday, you would have your portfolio simply by investing $100 a month for the past 10 years. It will amount to about 22,000 USD, and that's about 83% of your total investment. If you ask me, is that attractive? I think it's attractive, but could you have done it with traditional investing? No, right? Because you couldn't even afford one share. But with fractional shares, you are able to do it, and not to and to also give you more colors is that this estimated share is taken the month high, the high of each month. So imagine you actually time it properly, then the amount of share you have accumulated will be even more, right? So for dollar-based investing fractional share with bullion, right? What are some of the requirements? Of course, if you wish to trade in the US market, the very first thing is the WA form need to be filled, right? This is to declare that you are not a US tax resident. If not, if this is not done, let alone fractional share, normal share investing with in the US market is it's not possible. Of course, you will also need to acknowledge the risk warning statement in trading a foreign in a foreign stock. So US require this acknowledgement, and if you were to invest in any ETF, you are required to pass the CR assessment that's regulated by MAS. And of course, finally, you will need to acknowledge this fractional risk disclosure statement, which I'm going to show you where you are able to acknowledge, and then you are able to trade the fractional shares, right? So they are available on the P2 web and Poyo Mobile 3 app. So I'm going to show you guys a demo on how you can actually place trade on the P2 web. Just give me a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, just give me a while. Okay, here's okay, so here's this is our P2 web, okay, and then just going to show you guys how you can actually trade fractional shares. So how you can actually acknowledge is you can simply go to trade status. Okay, once you go to trade, right, okay, then you realize there's a few tabs here. Okay, now if you have not acknowledged, because this account has already been acknowledged, so the statement will not come out. But basically, once you click fractional share, now there will be a prompt to actually prompt you a risk warning disclosure regarding fractional share where you have to acknowledge. And once acknowledged, you will be able to trade fractional share. And one of the indication, if you were to take a look here, there will be this fractional. So if you see a tick, now this means that all the counters are available for fractional shares. So if let's say you are at stocks, actually, if you filter by, let's say NYSE, you see here, all these are actually fractionable counters. So that is the first thing for the P2 web. Now, if you were to double click on the counter, there will be this trade box. Now, just give me a moment. Okay, so now what you can do is if you wish to place, so for dollar amount, you realize there's share base and dollar base. For now, dollar base is only available for market order. So you can actually go to, if let's say you just wish to buy before the market open, you can just input here. Then maybe I'm just gonna put $10 here. Okay, or just buy $10 worth of yeah. Let me pick an expensive company. Let's pick Apple. So now Apple is about 200 last time. So if I want, so traditionally you can only buy you can only buy one share, right? But you could actually input, let's say, uh, 0.1 shares, right? And I will just to click and just show you guys. Yeah, just give me a limit order, sorry. So I'll buy, okay, I just put the same limit to 200, and then I'll put a share amount of 0.1. Okay, I'll just submit. So you realize here I'm able to purchase 0.1 share of Apple, right? That would be amount to about $20 USD based on the limit price. Okay, of course, alternatively, I could also put a market order dollar amount to buy, let's say, $10 worth. Now, if you were to put this $10 amount, you will realize the estimated share will be about 0.047, right? So that's how you can, but this is of estimated value. So ultimately, how much shares you can buy is based, if you were to put a market order, is based on the market. So just going to place another order just to show you guys also. So then you are able to place this. You can either place a dollar amount or a fractional share amount, right? So these are the two ways you can place. Do note that for fractional shares, you will realize it's only for, at the moment, we only allow regular trading hours and day order. So we don't allow good till date order or extended hours, right? I'm just going to show you what's going to happen if you put a, so this very page, trade page, okay, just extend this. Okay, if I were to click extended hours, you realize you can no longer place a decimal amount. See, I'm unable to place, I can only place no quantity, right? So it will not allow you to place fractional shares. That's the first thing. Now, if you click GTD date, you realize the ability to place fractional share is also not available. So fractional share is only for day and for regular trading hours. Then the next thing, hold on, just let me just withdraw these two orders first. Okay, just give me a while. Okay, then now there's another thing that you guys need to take note is that for fractional share with poems, the minimum denomination is $1. So I'm just gonna show you guys what is gonna happen if you were to input a value that is less than one. Okay, just gonna show you guys. So if I were to put 0.1, so in dollar amount 0.1, and if I try to buy, what's gonna happen? You realize we will prompt that minimum share order value must be $1. Okay, that's the very first thing. And then the second thing is that if you were to input shares less than 0.001, so our minimum share is 0.001. So this is what's gonna happen. Hold on, let me try. Okay, maybe let me pick an expensive counter. Hold on. So share amount market. Let's say $1. No, $1 is too for few for. Well, let me pick an expensive counter where it may not go through. See any counters that is large enough. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. KLA. So if I were to input a value, this will also hit. Okay. So basically, to sum it up, basically, if you were to input any quantity less than 0.001 or less than a denomination of $1, basically the order will not go through. So it's just to let you guys know the minimum value for fractional shares. So this is pretty much for the demo for the P2 web. All right. So let me go back to the slide again. So that's for P2 web. So for P3 mobile, right? You can also opt in for fractional shares. Simply by going when you log in, you just go to Me, right? The Me tab is shown below, and then you simply go to fractional opt-in. The mobile will actually prompt the risk warning statement, risk warning disclosure for you to opt in. That's one way. And the other way is that if you were to go to the markets, right, and then you go to stocks and then simply go to US. Now, there will be this logo on the top where you can click in. Okay, so once you click and it got highlighted, the risk warning disclosure will also be prompt for you to acknowledge if you want to trade fractional shares. Now then, so this is how the order placement would be like, okay? Just like P2 web, you are able to input fractional quantity. And of course, you are also able to input dollar amount where they will show you the estimated shares that you will purchase. Let me re-emphasize again, the estimated shares is not the actual share purchase. It is based on the prevailing market price when once it's filled, all right? It's just a quantity, it's just an estimated value, it's not the actual value, right? Then, so to sum it up, for the product features, dollar-based investing and fractional shares with poems only allow day orders. They are only available for regular trading hours, only market and limit orders, no stop orders. And the minimum order size is $1 USD or 0.001 shares. So that is to sum it up for fractional shares. Okay. Then if you have not joined us, please join our community on Poems Mobile 3 because in the community we actually provide market insights. Okay, if you wish to have more updated news or you wish to find out more news of what's going on or technical analysis for certain various charts, our community there, our technical analysis is more than willing to actually provide technical analysis on the chart that you guys want to find potential levels. So please do join us. I'm just going to leave the QR code here so that you can join us for the Poyos Mobile 3 community. Then, of course, if you have not done so, you may also join us in our Global Markets Telegram group by scanning this QR code. So basically here in this Telegram group, there will be various news or stock picks or even the latest webinar that you could join so that you can gain more insight and valuable information about the market so that we can actually so that you all can grow and invest together with us. And if you not have already done so, actually you can scan this QR code to actually open an account with us so that you can also start trading fractional shares. Just give me a moment. I'm just gonna provide you the link. So you can actually go to the link that I've entered to actually open an account with us, right? And of course, I'm just gonna leave it here for a while first. Okay, then if you have, and of course, we value your feedback so that we can provide better information for our next webinar. So please do me a favor, do help me to scan the QR code here so that to actually complete the survey because your feedback is very valuable to us. And then, of course, that's pretty much for the webinar. But so I will just go ahead and so if you have any question, please feel free to type out in the Q&A section. Currently, regarding fractional share, I'm just going to leave this survey page here so that you all can help me complete the survey. Then, it's not so for fractional shares, right? It will not be free. Okay. Fractional shares for commission wise, it's the transaction cost is a fixed rate at 0.88 but is only applicable for less than a share. What do I mean by that? Means that if you were to buy Apple, okay, let's say example Apple is at $200, okay, and then you went ahead to place a 0.5 share, that would amount to about $100 USD, then we will just one fixed rate charge at 0.88. Now anything above a share. No, so imagine same scenario, but this time you buy 2.38 shares. Then we will charge as our prevailing rate for each account. In case you guys are not aware, currently our most competitive account with a competitive commission rate is our Cash Plus account. So the lowest comp that we are charging is 1.8 USD. So in the event you are decided to purchase fractional shares, more than a share, okay, so like example 2.3, then we'll charge 1.88. But if it's less than 1, then we'll charge at 0.88. So any more questions that you guys have? Okay, I will just open, I will just leave, I will just wait for another 2 to 3 minutes, okay, so that in case you couldn't think of any question, so I'll just wait for another three more minutes. Or if you are not comfortable, feel free to actually contact us. The contact information is all there, and then if you have any question, feel free to just contact us. Okay, counter-wise, so counter is mainly the S&P 500, those that are listed in the S&P 500, that's one. And then we have some ADRs as well as non-leveraged ETF. So the list is about 600 to 700 counters. But if let's say you have certain counters that you wish to trade on fractional, you feel free to actually contact us. We can actually get, but of course subjected to case by case basis, subjected to approval. We can also include those counters into the fractional counter list. So for settlement transaction, no, you can pay in SGD. Okay, so for the risk disclosure statement is immediate. So the minute so the minute you actually acknowledge the risk disclosure statement, you can straight away trade fractional shares. So there will not be any lag. Okay, so yeah, so that is pretty much. Any more questions? You mean counters? If okay, Nasdaq shares. Okay, they will be counters listed in the Nasdaq for you to trade. So let me just go back to the count form. So you can actually, so if you go to a P2 web, I'm not too sure if I'm answering your question, but if you actually go to fractional shares and you select Nasdaq, there will be a list of counters in Nasdaq where you can place trade in. Oh, it's shown here. Right? Then okay, so for fractional shares, you guys, one of the few things that you guys need to know that fractional shares is you are not allowed to transfer out. So in case you wish to transfer any shares from POEMs to other brokers, is the fractional share component is not transferable. So you will have to liquidate it. That's the first. And then another risk that you guys need to know is fractional shares is the fractional share component is market making. That being said, that it's not directly traded through exchange. It is is the price is being market made by our counterparty. And then it can only party. Okay, another thing you guys need to know is that a fractional share or any order with fractional share components, they are not participating for market opening. So you won't get the opening price. Okay, your orders is not sent for matching, right? It will only be filled after market opens. That's one of another key risk that you guys need to take note of. And then lastly, because the minimum value is $1, so in the event, which is unlikely, but in the event you end up selling shares and then the counter drop, causing your value to be less than the dollar, then that's where the situation will comes in where you won't be able to sell the shares away. You will probably have to call in, and then are we able to help you to sell these shares away. Share sell dollar amount. So okay, one of the question asked is why fractional share don't sell dollar amount. Okay, the reason is because this is to prevent imagine, okay, so one of the because right, if we were to input dollar amount to sell, and suppose let's say supposedly this you do have $500 worth of let's say Apple shares, but the price is constantly changing, and that's why there will be a situation where because you place $500 to sell the market, but price decided to drop, right? Then the actual shares, maybe these 500 shares is maybe around 2.5 shares. Like you only have 2.5 shares in your holding, but you decided to sell $500 worth of share at the market. Now, if price were to drop, what's going to happen is you will end up selling more than what you had. And that's the reason why for fractional share selling, we don't input dollar amount. Then, yes, fractional shares, they are entitled to dividend, and there will also be corporate actions such as stock, they will, so things like stock split, real stock split, there will be corporate action on these shares as well. Dividend, yes, they are also entitled to dividend for fractional share quantity. Now, maybe one more thing to highlight is that um, the fractional share component, what's that term? Sorry, just give me a moment. Oh, okay. Fractional share components do not have voting rights. That's one thing that you guys also need to take note of. Hey, sorry, just give me a moment. For Berkshire A, unfortunately, it's not within the list because the price is way too high. It's at the moment it's not possible. At the moment, it's not possible. Any more questions? Uh, okay. If you are talking about fractional shares for other markets, we have plans for it, but at the moment I think there's still some consideration before we could do it. Okay, okay, no more question. That's it for the webinar. And I thank you very much for joining us. Once again, do remember to join us in our community, okay, for the latest news, and also join us in our Telegram group and community. Yeah. If not, thank you very much. That's it. Thank you.